In the news, one of our most beloved brands, John Deere. So, John Deere just announced that it's going to move manufacturing from Waterloo, Iowa to Mexico. I guess they didn't get the memo that hasn't been working out very well for American manufacturers, especially like in the automotive industry. You don't want to get a vehicle made in Mexico. The quality controls tend to be really bad when you get anything manufactured in Mexico. So I don't know if John Deere didn't get that memo, but I don't know if John Deere is going to be a brand worth purchasing in the future. I mean, they already have the issues with the right to work on your own equipment. I forgot what the political term is for that, but basically they are trying to tout that Russians stole the tractor out of Ukraine and we were able to shut it down. Oh no, you mean they stole something and they may like plow a field with it? Wouldn't that be awful? I mean, it's it's just one of those things that I don't kind of comprehend when farmers have to sue John Deere because they refuse to repair their tractors. They won't sell the farmer the parts to repair the tractors themselves. And I don't know if Deere's going to be a brand that's going to be around much in the future if they keep this up. I mean, their PR is just going down the tubes because of what they think is a good decision. Um, yeah, I mean, this is basically this is what I'm afraid of for Elon. Really, what I'm really afraid of for Elon is this is going to be his legacy. The right to work on your own equipment thing. He did this with Tesla. I don't have a Tesla in my driveway because I like to work on my own stuff. And, well, frankly, he doesn't like me to work on my own stuff. And I'm going to be second thinking buying Deere. And you might think, hey, this probably doesn't affect me much. I buy Toro, I buy Hustler, but there's a lot of people out there who do buy Deere mowers, and Deere mowers aren't going to be a big factor because there's not a lot of electronics involved with them like there are in the large scale tractors. However, there's a lot of excavating companies out there that own Deere equipment. I can tell you that much. They've got those Deere front loaders, which are one of the highest rated front loaders right now. They've got the Deere skid steers, which are fast becoming one of the most popular skid steers out there. Deere invested a lot in development in the front loaders, and they're reaping the rewards of that. And they've also invested a lot in the skid steers, and they're going to be reaping the rewards for that. And I think they're beginning to, and they're going to be very much in the future, unless this PR really catches up with them of these dumb mistakes that they're making, not allowing people to repair their own equipment. I mean, that's kind of like, I don't know, that's like just basic farming right there. But I think we're going to see a lot fewer green tractors out in the field. You'll probably see some red ones. You might see some orange ones. I mean, there's a reason why a lot more people are more attracted to the Japanese companies like Kubotas and Komatsus. I actually think Kubotas are some of the best tractors out there, and Komatsu's, again, if you're into construction equipment, that's one of the big brands is Komatsu right now. So I don't know if we're waiting for a case to pick up the pick up whatever they need to do to deal with the development and be able to keep up with these other companies. But it looks like Deere's moving to Mexico, and yeah, they're trying to really, I guess you can say, sugarcoat this because they're saying, well, yeah, there's going to be a loss of 200 of just over 200 jobs, and then but it'll be open for other manufacturing. Is this because they're going to be renting the space out or selling the space to another manufacturer? Or are they going to be manufacturing other items in that same space? So eventually, when they get all that set up, they're going to be rehiring those same people to build that new part of that equipment. It's just a really hairy and questionable thing, and I don't think it bodes well for Deere. Um, I know I was a huge Deere fan personally, even though I sold my only piece of Deere equipment last year. But when I was sitting there thinking of bigger equipment to purchase, like skid steers and things like that, Deere was always top on my list. Now I have to rethink these things because I just don't like how they're doing business, and I don't like how the All American brand isn't really much of an All American brand anymore. It doesn't stand for everything that self resilience and everything else. It's, take your vehicle to the dealer to get fixed, and if we refuse to fix it, sorry, buy a new one. Well, that just doesn't fly with me. I'm the idiot that car manufacturers have been doing this for years. I'm the idiot that has huge amounts of specialty tools that are only good for one vehicle that I don't own anymore, or maybe for one type of manufactured vehicle like GM or something like that, because I like to work on my own stuff and I don't like people telling me not to, because the question is can you find a mechanic you can trust at an affordable rate? um, I found a mechanic I can trust. The problem is he's darn expensive, and that's the $1 million question is, why won't you let me work on my own stuff? I mean, it's my equipment. I paid for it. Now it's becoming more of a lease than an ownership thing. It just makes zero sense to me. So I don't know where I sit right now with Deere. I'm hoping they wake up and begin to realize what they're doing. But to be honest with you, I can't tell you. But this is definitely going to be one of those companies to watch in the future, no matter what industry that you find interesting on this channel. If you're a mower flipper, or if you are a landscaper, or if you're in excavating. And I don't do excavating, but you might be watching this channel and doing excavating. I don't see why that would be, or some kind of construction. Deere has their tentacles in all of these things, and these are things that you got to be aware of. They may not let you change your own oil in the future. And that's a sad, sad day when you can't even change your own oil in your own machine. So, I haven't made my decisions yet on Deere quite yet, but I'm kind of leaning towards away from Deere. So, on that note, until next time.